Hello, everyone, and welcome to the MEFA podcast. My name is Jonathan Hughes.
And I'm Julie Shields-Vertina.
Hey, Julie, how's it going?
Hey, great.
So we have a great show for you today. Everyone is going to want to hear this episode, I know, because this one is all about scholarships. That's right. So it's everyone's favorite topic, free money to pay for college. Where do you find scholarships? How do you apply? What are some good strategies? Well, MEFA's digital creative content manager, Lauren Patton, has written much on the topic over at MEFA.org. We'll be here to talk about all of those things. So stick around for that. You're going to want to hear it. What else is new, Julie?
Well, why don't we just mention that if you're here to learn about scholarships, we have other items on MEFA.org right now that may interest you. Should we go over some of those?
Sounds like a good idea.
So we update MEFA.org with new blog posts every week written by professionals from within MEFA and outside of our organization. So if you visit MEFA.org and you sign up for our emails, you'll get specially crafted, timely messages for your family based on the age or grade level of your students. So you don't have to keep checking the website to see what's new for you. So an example is just last week, we sent out blog posts to families and students on topics like 4 websites where you can rent or buy college textbooks, what to know about borrowing a MEFA loan, and what do you know, scholarships for minority students and scholarships with September deadlines.
Yes, we'll hear about that later on. But it's not just blogs, right?
No, exactly. So another really important item on our website, I think, for families is that we list all of the upcoming MEFA webinars. So for example, on August 24th, we have one on college admissions. So if you'd like to attend, you go to the website, mefa.org/events, and you just register on the website. And hopefully you can attend and view the webinar live and have conversation. But even if you can't make the live webinar, we will send you the recording, and you can always find the recordings of past webinars on mefa.org. You can also access tools, calculators, like our loan repayment calculator is a great one. Our college cost estimator is another good one. And for families of younger students, we have MEFA's interactive college planning tool that helps families estimate how much money they should save on a monthly basis for their child's education to reach their goal. We also have every podcast episode we've ever done on the website, so you can go back and listen to any episodes you may have missed. Well, one more thing I'll say is that you will find on the website how to contact the college planning team at MEFA in case you'd like to have a one-on-one appointment over Zoom. So that's something a lot of families and students can take advantage of, especially in the weeks leading up to the beginning of the school year, and also right after financial aid offers are sent out. But anytime really, those are times when we receive a lot of calls to schedule those appointments. So I just wanted to call people's attention to that's they can always do that, and we can talk with you about any topic related to planning, saving, and paying for college.
Yeah, thanks. I really like those meetings. Actually, one of my favorite things that I get to do is meet with families. So thanks for mentioning that. Now we will head to the MEFA Mailbag. And these are questions that have come in from customers over the past couple of weeks and answered by our college guidance experts. And remember, if you have any questions, you can reach out to us at collegeplanning@mefa.org, or you can call us at 1-800-449-MEFA. You can also reach us on social media, on Facebook at MEFA MA, Twitter at MEFA Tweets, and Instagram at MEFA_MA. Today's question comes to us from Katie, and she writes, my son will be 24 in August. He'll be a senior in college this fall. My son's college, a new one, as he is a transfer student this fall, told me that he's no longer eligible for the Parent Plus loan. His current college never told me that information, and I don't see it on the website. Is that true? If he's going to be an undergraduate and has been consecutively attending for 3 years, can I still use a Parent Plus loan for his last year. So a tricky one today.
So that is tricky. And I feel bad for this family that they're just coming upon that information now. But the truth is, 24 is a big cutoff age for federal financial aid. So when a student turns 24, they go, in the eyes of the federal government, for financial aid from being dependent to independent. And so that eligibility then for the parents to be able to take a Parent Plus loan for that student does go away when the student turns 24. So, but colleges know that and understand that can be an issue. So I guess I would advise that they call the college, talk through that situation and ask about some other options. And families can always call MEFA and talk to a college planning expert and talk about some other options as well.
The first thing I think of was, isn't there a plus that the student can borrow, but that's a graduate plus loan? Is that right?
Yes. So when a student becomes a graduate student, they have other options for borrowing on their own too.
All right. Remember, if you have any questions, you can call us up at 1-800-449-MEFA or email us at collegeplanning@mefa.org. We have a bench of college guidance experts waiting to answer your question. Now let's bring on to the show MEFA's digital creative content manager, Lauren Patton, to talk about scholarships. Lauren?
Hello. What do they say on the radio shows? First time, long time.
No, that's true. You've heard every single
it.
episode we've ever done.
I know.
I should have actually introduced you as the editor of the show too. You worked for a long time as the editor of the show.
I guess, yeah, but that's really you now.
Lauren, let me ask you first, how can MEFA assist students looking for scholarships?
Yeah, so MEFA has a lot of blog posts out there with scholarship opportunities. So we have some that are based on a theme, like scholarships for nursing students or scholarships for younger students. And then some of them are based on a deadline. So like scholarships that have deadlines in September. And then we also have blog posts that are really just tips on how to like start the scholarship search, how to apply. And then we promote all those blog posts in our emails and on our social media channels. So you should definitely sign up for MEFA emails and follow us on social media if you're not already. And then we also have a scholarship search engine on MEFA Pathway, our college and career planning portal. So students can make an account there and take advantage of that resource too.
I know that a lot of scholarships, specific scholarships, reach out to us to promote their scholarships, which we do on our social channels, right?
Yes. Yeah. Usually what we'll do is we'll take that one specific scholarship and we'll put it into one of the larger blog posts, and then that blog gets promoted on social media.
One of the questions we get a lot of times from students and parents alike is, when can they start applying for scholarships?
Really, a lot of scholarships are for, they start in high school. So really, freshman year, you can start applying and keep going all through high school. But then there are some scholarships that you can apply as early as elementary school. There's some out there for children. And then I think people also forget that you can keep applying once you get to college. Most of the scholarships are open to college students too. So it's not, if you missed the boat, didn't apply in high school and you're in college now, it's not too late to apply for some new ones.
I didn't know that. I don't know a lot about scholarships. I know a few things about scholarships. One of the things that I do know is that the way we talk about scholarships at MEFA to folks, that there are two general types. So can you explain what those two general types of scholarships are and how to search for them?
Yeah, so the two types are really local and national scholarships. So high school counselors are probably your best bet to consult for local scholarships. You can also check the websites of local organizations like an Elks Club, a Rotary Club, maybe the PTA. And local scholarships tend to have a smaller pool of applicants, which is good because that means you have a better chance of winning. And then national scholarships, there's a lot more competition, but they also sometimes have higher prize amounts. So it's definitely worth it to apply for some of those too. And the best place to look for those are usually online search engines. So there's a ton of those out there. They're all pretty good, but students should definitely never pay to get a scholarship search done because there's so many great free resources out there.
I've heard some families really pinning their hopes on a scholarship or scholarships that are going to cover the total cost of college. Can you tell us the likelihood of that?
Yeah, so scholarships can be an important part of the college financing puzzle, but it's important to be realistic about how much they'll cover and how competitive they can be to earn. It's very rare that a scholarship will cover the complete cost of college. And according to Mark Kantrowitz, who analyzed the 2015-2016 National Post-Secondary Student Aid Study, only 2.7% of students will receive an award covering 90% of the cost of attendance. And of all undergraduate students, only 0.1% received $25,000 or more in scholarships. So students should apply for scholarships, but it's also important that the family applies for financial aid and completes the FAFSA, as most people need additional resources to pay the full bill.
So 0.1% of students, 0.1, received $25,000 in scholarships or more. And this is outside scholarships, right? Not scholarships from the college, because that's another thing that we should say is that, in the process of doing your financial aid forms, you can qualify for scholarships from colleges, which is separate from what we're talking about here.
Yes. So this is all looking at, outside private scholarships.
Okay.
But yeah, only that 0.1%.
So knowing that those types of scholarships are rare, what is the message on applying for scholarships then for students?
Yeah, so we often hear the mantra, there are scholarship opportunities available for everyone. And this is true. Organizations across the country, both local and national, offer scholarship opportunities for students who have an interest in specific majors, are members of underrepresented groups, or have a specific interest. And many private scholarships awards are in smaller increments, so maybe $50 to $500. And maybe these organizations don't have a huge scholarship budget, but they do really want to help their local students. So students should really just be persistent and cast a wide net. And apply for scholarships that you are likely to receive, ones that line up with your extracurricular activities, your interest, or your job.
So speaking of being persistent, what's involved in applying for all of these scholarships? And how should students handle all that work with everything else they have going on?
Yeah, so students should try to stay organized. Maybe that means creating a spreadsheet that has deadlines and requirements for each scholarship. Start local and then branch out to national scholarships. Look at the online search engines. And when you're looking, it's definitely helpful to create an account on the website. Even though it's more work up front, it's easier in the long run since you don't have to re-enter your information for every scholarship you want to apply to. And that way, the website can also offer you personalized recommendations that will be a good fit for you.
I've spoken with students who applied for a lot of scholarships. One thing that has come across is that there can be a lot of writing involved when you're applying for scholarships. That a lot of scholarships require essays. Can you give any tips on how to handle the essay writing for these scholarship applications?
Yeah, so most scholarship applications do involve writing an essay. And if you're going to be persistent and cast a wide net, that means you could be writing a lot of essays. But what you can probably do is use one essay for multiple applications and just tweak it a little bit each time so it fits the prompt. And also keep in mind that if a scholarship requires an essay, it usually means less students are applying to it because they don't want to take the time to write that essay. So those scholarships tend to have less competition, which makes them a really good opportunity.
All right. So I guess one more time, let's give people something to do here, right? Action. If you want more info on scholarships, what can you do?
So definitely follow MEFA on our Instagram account, our Facebook, our Twitter, and sign up for our emails. So that way you can be notified as soon as we have a new blog post all about scholarships. You can also go to MEFA.org and view the scholarship category on our blog to see all of the recent posts. And students should also create a MEFA Pathway account so they can use that really great scholarship search engine there.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Lauren. That about wraps it up for us today. And remember, if you like the show today and you want to hear more from MEFA on all topics related to planning, saving, and paying for college and career readiness, please subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your shows from. And whether you're a new or regular listener, please remember to rate and review us so we can keep doing what we're doing and getting this information out to people like you. Thank you to Julie.
Thank you, Jonathan. And thank you, Lauren.
Yes, thank you to editor. I told you I would refer to you as editor, newlywed, Lauren Patton. Thank you to our producer, Sean Connolly. Once again, my name is Jonathan Hughes, and this has been the MEFA Podcast. Thank you.